Hi, John Sheehan here. On Twitter last month, I entered a contest to win vinyl Alice Cooper albums from Rhino Records, and guess who won? So I want to thank Rhino Records for giving me these beautiful vinyl Alice Cooper albums. These are colored vinyl. Now, I'm not going to open them right now, and I'm going to explain why at the end, but I want to go through these albums, give you my impressions of them, and show you what I got. So, first album, I never had this one on vinyl. I only had this one on CD when it was reissued in the late 90s. But this is a red vinyl. It's the Psychedelic Pretties for You. It was Alice Cooper's first album put out by Frank Zappa, I believe on his straight label. And show you the back there. Maybe I'll put some photos up to show you a little close-up. But first Alice Cooper album, this is sort of like proto-Alice. He's not quite formed yet. He's not quite Alice Cooper yet. And this is when it was the Alice Cooper band, the Alice Cooper group. So, they're very psychedelic, which was, 1969. That was the music of the time. And so this is a red vinyl. Very nice. The next album was their second Warner Brothers album, their fourth album altogether. And this one is a red and black vinyl. Very nice. I believe this was Pete Turner who did the photography for the cover. And this is Alice Cooper, Killer. Show you the back. Can't really see it. I'll probably put a photo up to show you. But this one's got Halo of Flies, which I got to see him do that in concert when I took my daughter Isabel last October. And it's great. Desperado, which was written for Jim Morrison, who Alice Cooper used to go drinking with. I just love that close-up of the snake's head. Next album's a really cool one. Another album I like from his 70s catalog. This one's a whiskey brown vinyl, which is very cool. It's the 77 Lace and Whiskey album. This had a whole, Dashiell Hammett, Raymond Chandler feel to it. And Alice doesn't do a lot of songs from this one when he does tours. But this one's got the famous You and Me, which is a ballad that was very popular. If you see me looking to the side, it's because that's where the monitor is. But You and Me, I never wrote those songs. My God, It's Hot Tonight, and Road Rats, which was used in the movie Road Rats, that Alice was with. Alice starred in with Meatloaf. So this is a very cool album. Next album is from his goth new wave phase. This was Special Forces. This is a blue vinyl. Very cool. And the Special Forces symbol, I had that painted on a leather coat that I had when I was a teenager. And, Who Do You Think We Are, which is a great opening track. The cover, 7 and 7 Is, Prettiest Cop on the Block, Vicious Rumors. And it's weird, it has Generation Landslide performed live on this album, which was originally a song from $1 Billion Babies. But there was a song on here, and they don't list it on the back here, because it was a typo. There was a song listed on the back originally called Look at You Sitting Over There, Ripping the Sawdust from My Teddy Bear. And it was originally listed on the back. It wasn't actually on the album when it came out. It was a misprint. They took the song off at the last minute. That song didn't wind up being released until the Life and Crimes of Alice Cooper box set that came out about 18, almost 20 years ago now. But this was during his, he was changing his style up to be more new wave. And there's actually, you can see him in that period if you go to YouTube, Alice Cooper in Paris. You can see him performing songs from this. But I like that album. Okay, this album is one of my favorite albums of all time. I originally got this when I was a teenager. I was 9th grade. My brother took me to go to Mr. Cheapo's, and I knew that this album, had come out. I never heard any songs from it. I never had it. And this was maybe 1985, 86. And my brother took me to Mr. Cheapo's, and they had a copy, and I bought it for $8 used. And I finally got to listen to it. And it's one of my favorite albums. This is From the Inside. Show you the back. So this has got some great songs on it. From the Inside, Wish I Was Born in Beverly Hills, The Quiet Room, Serious, Jackknife Johnny. And what's cool about this album is the Frontiers die cut. It opens up, and there's a room full of people from the insane asylum, and you get to see all the different characters that he has songs about. And then there's a die cut on the inside of the album. You open it up, there's Alice in the quiet room. And then on the back, these are die cut. These open up, and you see all the inmates leaving the asylum with their little certificates of insanity. And what's great about what Rhino did, and this is a green and black swirl vinyl, what's great about what they did is this has the die cuts in it. So it's just like the original album when it came out, which I think is really cool. Next, this was the follow-up to Alice Cooper's Welcome to My Nightmare. Originally, there was the Alice Cooper group. Then they broke up. They went and did their own thing. Alice continued on with the theatrics and the shock rock. He did Welcome to My Nightmare in 75. And he followed up with Alice Cooper Goes to Hell. This is a limited edition orange vinyl. Oh, that's going to be beautiful. And the back, see him walking down into the hell there. This has got some great songs. Go to Hell, which he continues to do in concert. I Never Cry, which is one of my favorite songs. Guilty. So, this is another great album of his. And the last album that I got from them, and one of my favorite Alice Cooper albums of all time. Well, they're all my favorite Alice Cooper albums. But this one is the one that really started it all, is, the Alice Cooper group's first Warner Brothers release, and that's Love It to Death. And I'll show you the back. I believe the photos were by Roger Progent, I think. I know he was a photographer in the 50s. Through the 70s, he had an eye problem, started losing his vision. He became an antiques dealer. I think he passed away in 2012, but classic, incredible black and white cover and back cover. And this one opens up, and you see a close-up of Alice's eyes, and you see the Alice Cooper group in like a fisheye in his eyes, and he still uses that image in concert as like a backdrop. But great album. It has Caught in a Dream, I'm 18. Caught in a Dream, one of my favorite songs of all time by Alice Cooper. It was my name of my magic company when I was a magician. I'm 18, the big hit that started it all. Hallowed Be Thy Name, Black Juju, Is It My Body, Second Coming, which is another great song that he never gets to play. And Ballad of Dwight Fry, just classic. So, got those. So I said I'm not going to open these, and the reason I'm not opening them is I'm going to go and I'm going to give them to my daughter. The whole thing that I won from Rhino, because she's a huge Alice Cooper fan. She loves vinyl records. I think she'll get a big kick out of these. And, I already had, these on vinyl for the most part. And now I want her to be able to enjoy them. So I just wanted to share what I got from Rhino. Thank you very much. Thank you, Rhino. And talk to you soon. Bye.